Good morning. Good morning. Let's get a taste of the guitar this morning. I'm Jason, your host. I'm the morning ritualist here on YouTube, and I hope you're ready to run some neck. I'm running a little behind today because I've been playing Snow Removal Man, and as you can see, I forgot my goggles back at camp. So I am going to rely heavily on you being on your best behavior in the live chat because I can't really see what you're doing. My wife made it safely to work today. Did you have any snow? I hope you did. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's just bringing joy to your life. All right, so I'm going to just get started without further ado. All right, let's go ahead and turn this sucker down. And I may be able to get some comments here. It looks like, good morning, Jason. Is that correct? We're running some neck. Let's run some neck. Let's do it. Love it. I love that. Man, I love that. Cousin Pete. Oh. I don't know why I grabbed this guitar this morning, but I grabbed it. And now I'm going to proceed as per usual. Light. Wow. Oof. Light snow, not much at all. Got it. This guitar, it's almost like the strings want to jump right off of this thing, you know? It's a pleasure to play. Again, if you let the guitar do the work, this is just a real pleasure to play. Our friend Raul is off on a guitar building mission right now in Cologne. Good. And he sends his regards. I think that's Robbie Smith. Good morning. I'm without my eye goggles this morning, so I'm just going to put up my sleeves and get ready to just rock this here. And what I'm doing is just kind of getting, if you're new here, unfortunately I can't see you because I don't have my glasses this morning. I don't think I have an extra set down here. But welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth, where we work through the morning ritual. This is my morning ritual. This is where I spend time with the guitar at the beginning of every one of my weekday mornings. And this is something I do anyway, and I'm just happy to have anybody here kind of bearing the torch with me. So moving down to fingers 1 and 2 as we descend. And I'm just working the old plectrum this morning, and for whatever reason I do have most of my fingernails intact for fingerstyle guitar work. So I'm moving to fingers 1 and 3 now, you can see. And we're ascending through the patterns together. Can you hear the guitar okay? And Mr. G is in the house. Good morning. I see the green and I see the blue icon, so that's about the only way I can figure it's you, Lex, but I'm assuming that's you. Good morning. Hey, Raul. Good morning. We were just talking about you being off at guitar building, on a guitar building mission, and wondered if it would be okay if we shared that photograph that you're sharing with us, with the group. And I think I got an affirmative on that yesterday, but I just wanted to be sure. So now what we're doing is we're using that finger 1 and 4. Let me just move this over here so you can actually see what's going on. And the reason why we're doing these things is because we might want to have access to these techniques as we proceed through our guitar practice, our guitar daily practice. Now my seat is really low to the ground. Raul emailed me about this yesterday, and we had a brief discussion and definitely an appreciation session on posture. Now I play a lot like this because this is likely how I'm going to hold my guitar with the strap when I'm really digging. So I have to have this posture under control. I also use this as a rest posture. So this is also a posture that I use if I have a strap, if I'm standing with my git fiddle. And it's a great sort of formal, sort of classical approach. It is a classical approach, but you'll notice my seat is very low to the ground. It's an old school chair, you know, an elementary school chair, and it's adjustable in height, and I have it all the way racked all the way down. And that's really where I have my legs, my body is upright. My breath is supposed to be good. My legs are at a 90-degree angle to my torso, and my knee bends at a 90, and then I have a 45 or a 90 here in between my one lap and the neck. So that way I can move back and forth between the two. All right, and so this morning I'm just kind of working on this to try to stretch my back, and so we don't create workplace injury. And this also sets us up for another 90-degree angle in our elbow. So what we want to try to do is we want to try to keep that elbow sort of like elevated at a 90-degree angle. So all of this geometry sort of adding up for me this morning, and I hope it adds up for you for longitudinal health and optimized guitar practicing, right? So let's do fingers 2 and 3 and 4. And we're working through just a little breathing in and a little breathing out. And now we've descended all the way with fingers 2 and 3 and 4. So why don't we go ahead and ascend with fingers 1 and 2 and 3, and then 3 and 2 and 1, and so on and so forth. I do really enjoy practicing or warming up with the guitar with my eyes closed, because it does change my relationship, my direct relationship with the guitar. It also helps me to hear better, so I can really focus on inflection. Now we're descending 1 and 3 and 4. And then instead of doing the typical 1 3 4, you know, 1 2 3 1 3 4 1 3 4 and then 4 3 1, we'll go ahead and just work on 4 2 1 4 3 1 and then 1 3 4 on the descending pattern, just to mix it up a little bit. So we have those leaps, those appoggiatura in between string change. And then we're using fingers 1 and 2 and 4 on the way back up. There we go. kinds of exercises, these are the great equalizer. And by the great equalizer, these exercises for me, these formatted exercises, this warm-up that I do, is designed to realize the prophecy of my own potential. And I know that's kind of a funny thing to think about, but you think about what, you think about earning potential. If you learn certain high maths, you might be able to earn more money if you put yourself in the right places, or for stretch 4, and then we're going to come back down stretch 1, or the kickstand exercise. But these exercises, by the great equalizer, I mean, if you practice these at your own speed, for example, 2 attacks per beat, or even 1 attack per beat, or half notes, if you're really wanting to test yourself and your patience and make the best possible tone you can, those are all mountains, they're all hills we eventually have to climb as a solo guitar, as our own guitar practitioner. All right, we're kicking that first finger back and we're using that kickstand exercise. If you're here commenting, full disclosure, I don't have my glasses on this morning, and I just finished with some massive snow removal this morning, some massive snow removal on the Jason Carey guitar property, and it's been a little bit of a pig scramble this morning. So I left my goggles up at camp, and I don't have an extra set down here. I do have an extra set down here, but they're broken. So I'm using fingers 1 and 2, stretching 1 and stretching 4 here. So if you're here, if it's your first time here, welcome. And I do this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. We run some neck together, and we're running some neck right now, and we're running it hard. But yeah, this is a great place to be if you're a guitar practitioner, and I think that completes all of the 2-finger, 3-finger, and 4-finger permutations. So why don't we put the guitar down just for a moment and take a quick stretch break. And I wish I could read some of these things, so let's see if I can read any of these. Is there hope? Steely Dan. Oh, true companion guitar solo. Yeah, I'm having to work for this, guys. I appreciate. Who's that? Who's that underneath? Maybe I'll do a screenshot and see if I can zoom in on these things. Let's see. Oh yeah. Écoutez, listen up. Écoute bien. Retired young. Hey, you're back. Good morning, friend. Hey guys. Mark, did Mark take off? Mark's already gone. Oh, sorry, Mark. I'm out for good day. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep on keeping on. And with a stretch. So 1 E into 2, T E into 4. I'm working on my breath as well. We've been doing a lot of different kinds of things during our warm-up. So warming up for me is not about being in a hurry. It's about, I like to take my time. I like to take my time and do it right. I like to take my time and do things right. So this is a really important piece of the day for me, because so many parts of the day I just get completely wrong. You know what I mean? You ever get that feeling? So many parts of the day we just get wrong. And of course, everything that happens is meant to happen. So that's the good news if you have faith in that. It's all meant to be, right? But we have some more time, and it looks like we do have some more time. Are we here with Jill? Is this Jill just coming on board? I don't have my glasses this morning, Jill, so I'm having a difficult time keeping up. That's okay, because you guys are good people, good folk. All right, so we've been through all of the 2-finger, 3-finger, and 4-finger permutations. I'm looking at the clock. It says something like 44 or 47 or something like that. So I have time to do these really nice and timely, these little arpeggio. It's sort of an arpeggio pattern, but it's not really, you know, here it's like the major 13 sharp 9 chord, right? If I put a C note in the bass. Right, so there's that. Oh yeah, baby, yeah. Oh yeah. There is that kind of vibe there. And then the opposite, when we do take that those 4 fingers and reverse that diagonal pattern, we have that ooh, ooh. Kind of sound, right? So there's that major 7 sort of arpeggio. So they are arpeggios. But we just kind of use these as finger exercises, right? And then it's just kind of a nice way to get the picking hand around the string set, and then moving our way up and down the string set, you know, with that down up alternate pick stroke going between one string and the next. It's a bit like having, you know, full understanding of the guitar string set, 4 strings at a time. And then what we're doing is I'm going to come back up the exploded version. So this is going to look like this. So instead of using 4 string groups, or for example, top 4 strings, string grouping number 1, then 4 middle strings, string grouping number 2. This is as per George Van Epps, the late great George Van Epps, Mr. Van Epps, from whom we've all learned indirectly through the great Ted Green, and we have so many others who have benefited from the Van Epps method. And so this is sort of like string grouping, categorizing string groups is a really big, important, fat piece of information for us to chew on. It's not gristle. It's a good piece of protein. It's really meaningful. It's stuff that we need. You know, it's that stuff, that meat on the bones. We've got that. We could use string grouping number 1 and use non-contiguous strings. So we have, you know, all of a sudden we have introduced a string skip. So this would be string grouping number 1, string grouping number 2, right? So there are a lot of different things that we could warm up on. And so we spend a little bit of time warming up with these contiguous string groups. You digging that? Are you digging that? And then so now what we're doing is we're basically taking those 4 fingers that we have together and then pushing 1 finger down, the first finger up, down, and the 4th finger up, right? And then we have that really nice and really super challenging 1 and 2 and T and 4 and. Those string skips, got to admit it, they do add a certain level of complexity that does not exist in the contiguous string patterns. But this is equally as important to learn and get kind of under the fingers, both the fret and the picking hands, because it does require a little bit of measurement, a little of that Gordon one of Gordon's 7 intelligences, the spatial intelligence, right? And we could do that as slowly as we need to because it's our warm-up routine, right? But what we want to do is we want to be able to do this in a clean manner, consistent with our own expectations, right? And if it's our, if we want to play like the Ramones or like Kurt Cobain, we might not have to play it so clean, you know what I mean? We might not have to play it at all. We might just have to do... It's loaded with, there it is, flat 6, and then 4, and then flat 2, and then 7, then 1, flat 6, and then 4, but we're doing that, that A position bar chord with the E in the bass, with the 5 chord in the bass, well, the 5th of the chord in the bass. So we have this really cool, just power chord. Did you ever think that you could be successful writing songs like that with power chords and just, who would have thought? Who would have ever thought that that would be a thing? And never mind that, like how powerful is that thing? Just like, it's so good. It's so good. And so here we go. Let's go back into the world of warming up. So another thing that that we like to do, because while we're talking about these string skips and then these string groups and all that, we could just take a look at those bar chords and then run that bar chord pattern, that bar chord program through the cycle 4. I know, ding, 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 all the bells are going off. I know I can see you starting to salivate. I can just imagine that you're ready. I can see you over there just trembling with like anticipation. Don't worry, settle down, simmer down. So we have this really nice bar chord. It's an E position bar chord. Let me tell you, let Uncle Jason tell you before we go running some neck. We've got this really nice E chord, and then we've got this really nice A chord. We've got a nice D chord if you want it. We've got a nice C, we've got a G and an E and caged or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we're only using the E. We'll call this root 6. You know why? Uh-oh. Post your cue, Louis. Oh, okay. Someone's got a question. Do it. Hey, I'm paying attention. I know I don't have my glasses, but you come back, keep coming back. I'm here every weekday morning and I almost always have my glasses. I ran out of time getting here from the tractor this morning for snow removal. Got it all done though, by golly, so now I can get right at work with the guitar for the remainder of the day. Super great news, and great news for me. And I was thinking, how fantastic is it to be able to sit down with a guitar every day? Like, how fantastic a life is that? Man, how fortunate is that? Any amount of time that we can spend with the guitar. So let's go ahead and take a look at root 6. This is basically the E chord. Of course, bar chords. But if you don't, here's a quick refresher or a quick introduction, quick handshake. So we take that E chord and then we move it, to the last 3 fingers. Then move those fingers up 1 fret each. And then because we had open strings, we need to carry that relationship with us. Simple math. If I can do it, you can do it. And then we move it up to C, right there. Position number 8. All right, ocho. And then we move that root 6. It's root 6. What's root 6 mean, Jason? I don't know what root 6 is. You're talking a foreign language, man. Come on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 string. The thickest string is string number 6. Pretty simple. 1, 2, 3. We don't have many root 1 chords because there's nothing that can come after it, right? Sometimes we'll have like a root 4 chord, you know, a root 5 chord maybe sometimes, and then maybe a root 4, you know, root 5 definitely, maybe root 6, pretty common. So root 5 and root 6 chords, those make a big difference in our lives. So here we have the open A, fret 2, there's so much to do with that A chord, right? So you can have that A position bar chord up here and turn it into that, like running on empty, running on, running wild, yeah, running to the sun. But you can turn that, you can bring that along with you if you have the strength or the stomach for it. So here's that C and then A position, right? So here's the E position, the A position. You have a C root note, goes up 4 in the scale, and then goes up number 4 again. Only we're only using root 6 and root 5. Why are we using root 6 and root 5? Well, a beautiful, simple pattern emerges. So we have C, F, and then up 4 is B flat, but B flat, once we learn the octave patterns on the guitar, we also know B flat's down here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we move up the same fret, down 2 frets, up the same fret, down 2 frets, up the same fret, down 2 frets, up the same fret, and then here's where we move from the B to the E, and then we go down 2 frets, up 1 fret, up 1 string set, down 2 frets, up 1 string set. So we have C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, or F sharp, or whatever, B or C flat, right, G flat. So enharmonic equivalence, all that's blah, blah, blah. So we have B, E, A, D, G, C, right? So we've been through all of the chords that we need to know in bar chords. So we have root 6 and root 5. And these are really great to practice because we can never practice the chord transitions or the movement from one chord to the next enough. We always could use, more attention to detail. So we have the root note and then the chord unfurling like the beautiful American flag flying in the air after that USA hockey game. Wow, what a game. So we have the root note and then the chord and then the root note and then the chord and then the root note and then the chord and then a very nice sweep through the chord and then the root note. Super clean as you can get it. And these transitions are not easy. They are not easy. And I might make it look fairly easy and almost decent, but you and I know it takes work, and it takes, what this does is it indexes. It gives us that indexing in our fret hands, in our forearm. So instead of all of that fine motor stuff that we've been kind of whittling away at, all of that stuff that we've been really working for, Now we're starting to move away from that fine motor skill, and we're bringing a little bit more of that large motor action, and we're programming that too. So we don't want to miss out on all of that wonderful opportunity to program that skill level, that level of movement. All right, so I see we're at 8:01. Let's run it through one more time, but this time, instead of plucking the bass note and then the chord, bass note and the chord, so all right, we're going to just walk through just a punch, what we call a stab. And you can make the stabs as short or as long as you want, but usually a stab is something that is short. Good. Those are great things to practice. So I hope you got something out of this morning. I certainly know I did. Sorry to not be able to, and I never say sorry, but I see Kevin's at the bottom of the top of the hour here, inviting us. 2-minute warning, Greenberry. I see it, all caps. Thank you. I could read that. I could read it. Thank you. Now the comment before that, Greenberry, I'm not so sure of there. Let me just get it. Let me scan a couple of these here. There you fretboard as a diagram to find fourths. Yes. Hold on, let me screenshot this. I'm not really getting it. All right, here we go. Then you use the fretboard as a diagram to find fourths, fifths. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there is so much goodness going on here. Got a question. Sorry to miss you with the question, but I do hope to see you again tomorrow. You know, I'll be here tomorrow morning, and I hope you guys have a great time. Let me just do this one little thing. Happy picking, exclamation point, and we'll send that along and give us a couple of those thingamajiggies. And boy, those glasses make a difference. So bring the tools you need. We'll be here every weekday morning, and we'll be running some neck together. And 7:30 a.m. every Eastern time, every morning, every weekday morning. And until we meet again, I wish you all, especially all of you, every one of you, really wish you happy picking. I do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And yes, I do have a heart. And I'll see you again tomorrow, and I'll look forward to it. Put my glasses on. I'll come back and read through some of these things that I missed. And I really look forward to getting with you guys again tomorrow. And see you then.